Hello, friend. Have you ever felt like you're constantly battling against the currents of life, striving for peace but often finding yourself adrift in a sea of worries? Today, we are going to explore 10 things to tell yourself everyday stoicism, a journey into ancient wisdom that can profoundly transform your daily existence. This isn't just about fleeting advice. It's about cultivating a resilient mindset, building inner fortitude, and finding a tranquility that external circumstances can't easily shake. By the end of this, you'll feel equipped to face whatever comes your way with a newfound sense of calm and purpose. This special message is just for you, designed to empower and inspire. If you're ready to unlock a more peaceful and powerful version of yourself, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss out on more insights like these. Let's dive into the first powerful truth you should embrace daily. One of the foundational principles of Stoicism, and indeed a cornerstone of psychological well-being, is the clear distinction between what is within your control and what is not. This isn't a complex philosophical riddle. It's a practical framework for reducing anxiety and enhancing effectiveness. Think about it. How much mental energy do you expend worrying about things you simply cannot change? The weather, the actions of other people, past events, future outcomes that are beyond your direct influence. These are all in the category of not within your control. When you internalize this, truly understand it at a deep level, you begin to release the burden of trying to manipulate the uncontrollable. It's like trying to command the tides, a fruitless and exhausting endeavor. Instead, focus your precious energy, your will, your intentions, and your actions on the things you can control. This includes your judgments, your impulses, your desires, your aversions, and your character. It's about your responses, your effort, your attitude, and your choices. For example, you cannot control if someone cuts you off in traffic, but you can control your reaction to it. You can choose anger and frustration, or you can choose acceptance and calm, recognizing that their actions are theirs and your peace is yours to protect. This doesn't mean you become passive or indifferent to the world. It means you engage with the world strategically and intelligently, directing your efforts where they can actually make a difference, and conserving your energy by letting go of what cannot be swayed. This daily reminder acts like a filter, allowing you to sift through the noise of life and focus on what truly matters, fostering a profound sense of agency and inner peace. Secondly, remind yourself that setbacks and obstacles are not inherently bad. They are opportunities for growth. This perspective shift is crucial. Often when we encounter difficulties, our immediate reaction is a negative frustration, disappointment, or even despair. However, Stoicism teaches us to reframe these experiences. Every challenge, every failure, every moment of adversity carries within it a lesson, a chance to develop resilience, patience, creativity, or strength that you might not have otherwise cultivated. Think of a weightlifter. They don't grow stronger by lifting light weights. They grow stronger by encountering resistance, by pushing through the discomfort, by tearing down muscle fibers only for them to rebuild stronger. Similarly, our character is forged in the fires of adversity. When you face a problem at work, an interpersonal conflict, or a personal struggle, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" or "How can I use this to become better?" This isn't about masochism or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about adopting a mindset of continuous improvement. It's understanding that every difficult situation is a chance to practice virtue. Courage in the face of fear, patience in waiting, wisdom in decision-making, justice in interactions. This active search for the lesson transforms potential sources of stress into catalysts for personal evolution. It fosters a proactive approach to life's inevitable bumps, turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones, and empowering you to view every challenge as a valuable part of your journey toward becoming a more capable and virtuous individual. Third, embrace the impermanence of all things, including your current state. This might sound melancholic at first, but it's actually a deeply liberating concept. Nothing lasts forever, not joy, not sorrow, not success, not failure, not even life itself. This understanding, often referred to as Memento Mori, remember that you will die, in Stoic philosophy, isn't meant to instill fear, but to foster appreciation and perspective. When you are experiencing great joy, acknowledging its fleeting nature makes you savor it more deeply, being fully present in the moment rather than taking it for granted. Conversely, when you are in the midst of suffering or difficulty, remembering that this too shall pass provides immense comfort and resilience. It reminds you that no pain is permanent, no struggle is eternal. This perspective prevents you from becoming overly attached to either positive or negative circumstances. It allows you to enjoy the good without clinging to it desperately, and to endure the bad without believing it will never end. Psychologically, this detachment can reduce anxiety about loss and fear of change. It encourages a more fluid and adaptable approach to life. Instead of resisting the natural flow of change, you learn to move with it, understanding that everything is in a constant state of flux. This daily reminder helps you to appreciate the present moment for what it is, knowing it's a unique and transient experience, and frees you from the emotional tyranny of believing that any single state defines your ultimate reality. Fourth, cultivate an attitude of gratitude for what you have rather than focusing on what you lack. In our consumer-driven world, it's incredibly easy to fall into the trap of constantly desiring more. We see what others have or what society tells us we should have, and we can quickly feel a sense of inadequacy or discontent. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to this by urging us to consciously appreciate the blessings already present in our lives. This isn't about denying legitimate aspirations or striving for improvement, but about finding contentment in the here and now. Take a moment each day to genuinely reflect on the simple things. Your health, even if it's not perfect, the roof over your head, the food on your table, the people who care about you, the ability to see, hear, or walk. Even seemingly mundane things like a warm cup of coffee, a sunny day, or the quiet moment you're experiencing right now. Psychologically, practicing gratitude has been extensively shown to boost mood, reduce stress, improve sleep, and foster stronger relationships. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from what's missing to what's present. The Stoics would even recommend a practice called negative visualization, where you imagine losing the good things you have. This isn't to be morbid, but to make you realize how precious those things are and how much you would miss them, thereby deepening your appreciation when they are actually there. This daily practice grounds you, keeps you humble, and helps you recognize the richness of your life, even amidst challenges, fostering a profound and sustainable sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Fifth, remember that the only true good is virtue, and the only true evil is vice. This is perhaps one of the most central and revolutionary tenets of Stoicism, and it directly challenges many of our modern assumptions about what constitutes a good life. We are often taught that good things include wealth, fame, pleasure, power, or external achievements, and bad things include poverty, obscurity, pain, or failure. However, the Stoics argued that these external things are indifferent, neither good nor bad in themselves. They can be used for good or ill, but they don't inherently determine the quality of your character or your life. What truly matters, what is truly good, is living virtuously, with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These are qualities of character, internal states that are entirely within your control. Conversely, vice, the absence or opposite of these virtues, is the only true evil, because it corrupts the soul and leads to internal disharmony. This means that you can be poor but virtuous and thus truly good. You can be wealthy but vicious and thus truly evil. This perspective is incredibly empowering because it places the locus of your well-being squarely within yourself. No one can take away your virtue. No external event can force you to be unjust or cowardly. Your inner moral compass, your integrity, your commitment to acting rightly, these are your ultimate possessions and the source of your deepest fulfillment. This daily reminder encourages you to prioritize character over circumstance, making ethical action and moral development the guiding principles of your life, leading to an unshakable sense of self-respect and inner strength. Sixth, understand that external events do not disturb you. It is your judgment and opinion about them that do. This insight, famously articulated by Epictetus, is a cornerstone of cognitive psychology and emotional regulation. It means that an event itself, for example, being stuck in traffic, is neutral. What causes your stress or anger isn't the traffic itself, but your interpretation of it. You might judge it as horrible, unfair, a waste of my time, or ruining my day. These judgments are what generate the negative emotions. If you were to simply observe the traffic without attaching these judgments, your emotional experience would be entirely different. This isn't about ignoring reality or denying that certain situations are inconvenient or challenging. It's about recognizing the power of your mind to construct your emotional reality. You have a choice in how you perceive and frame every situation. When faced with an external event that triggers a strong emotional reaction, pause and ask yourself, what judgment am I making about this? Is there another way to see this? Can you see the traffic as an unexpected opportunity for quiet reflection, or to listen to a podcast, or simply as an unavoidable part of your journey that requires patience? This practice gives you immense power over your emotional life. It moves you from being a victim of circumstance to an agent of your own emotional well-being. By challenging and modifying your internal narratives and judgments, you can significantly reduce the frequency and intensity of negative emotions, fostering a greater sense of calm, equanimity, and inner freedom, regardless of what's happening around you. 7. Practice detachment from outcomes and focus on effort. In a results-oriented society, we often become intensely fixated on achieving specific goals, and our happiness can become entirely dependent on whether we succeed or fail. This creates a precarious emotional state, as many outcomes are not entirely within our control. Refer back to point 1. Stoicism encourages a different approach. Exert your best effort, do what is in your power, and then accept the outcome, whatever it may be, with equanimity. This doesn't mean you don't care about your goals. It means you care more about the process and your conduct within that process. For example, if you're working on a project, your control extends to your dedication, your thoroughness, your problem solving, and your collaboration. You cannot fully control market conditions, the decisions of others, or unforeseen complications. By focusing your mental energy on your effort and action, rather than the ultimate result, you free yourself from the anxiety of what if, and the disappointment of unmet expectations. Psychologically, this approach reduces stress and burnout. It allows you to feel a sense of accomplishment simply from having done your best, regardless of the external validation. It fosters a growth mindset where learning and improvement are valued over absolute success. This daily reminder helps you to release the grip of external validation and find fulfillment in your own virtuous effort, leading to a more stable and resilient sense of self-worth that is independent of the unpredictable swings of fortune. 8th, remember that you are part of a larger whole, a global community of humanity. It's easy to get caught up in our own individual concerns, our personal ambitions, and our immediate circle. However, Stoicism advocates for a broader perspective, one that recognizes our interconnectedness with all other human beings, and, indeed, with the universe itself. This concept is often referred to as cosmic citizenship. When you view yourself as a member of this larger community, your perspective on your own problems can shift. Your individual struggles, while real, become contextualized within the vast tapestry of human experience. This perspective also encourages empathy and compassion. It reminds you that other people just like you are striving, suffering, and seeking happiness. This understanding fosters a sense of universal kinship and encourages you to act with justice, kindness, and generosity towards others. It moves you beyond narrow self-interest and inspires you to contribute to the common good. When you act from this place of universal benevolence, you not only benefit others, but also yourself, as contributing to the well-being of the whole aligns with your own virtuous nature and brings a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. This daily reminder expands your moral imagination, helping you to see yourself as a vital thread in the fabric of existence, fostering a profound sense of connection, responsibility, and altruism that enriches both your life and the lives of those around you. 9. Practice self-awareness and regular self-examination. Stoicism is not just an external philosophy, it's a deeply internal practice. To live virtuously and wisely, you must first understand yourself, your habits, your biases, your emotional triggers, your strengths, and your weaknesses. This requires consistent introspection. The Stoics would often recommend daily practices like reviewing your day in the evening. What did you do well? Where did you fall short? How could you have responded differently? What emotions did you feel and why? This isn't about self-criticism in a harsh, judgmental way, but about objective self-assessment aimed at continuous improvement. It's like a mental workout, strengthening your ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without immediately being swept away by them. By understanding your internal landscape, you gain greater control over your reactions and choices. You become more proactive in managing your emotions rather than being reactive. For example, if you know you tend to get easily frustrated by minor delays, you can mentally prepare for potential delays or develop strategies to cope with them more effectively. This daily practice of self-awareness is essential for building genuine character and fostering wisdom. It allows you to align your actions with your values, to identify areas for growth, and to gradually refine your inner self, leading to a more integrated, authentic, and emotionally intelligent way of being in the world. Finally, live in accordance with nature and reason. This is perhaps the most comprehensive Stoic principle, encompassing many of the others. To live in accordance with nature doesn't mean living like a wild animal, but living in accordance with human nature, which is characterized by rationality and the capacity for virtue. It means using your reason to understand the world, to make sound judgments, and to act ethically. It means recognizing that you are a rational being with the capacity for choice and the ability to distinguish between good and bad, what's within your control and what isn't. It also implies accepting the natural order of the universe, the cycles of life and death, the inevitability of change, the existence of both good and bad fortune rather than fighting against it. When you live in accordance with reason, you strive for clarity of thought, avoid irrational fears and desires, and base your actions on logic and virtue rather than fleeting emotions or external pressures. This leads to a life of coherence and inner harmony, where your thoughts, words, and deeds are aligned with your highest self. It's about recognizing your place in the cosmos, understanding your role, and acting in a way that is consistent with your rational and social nature. This daily reminder encourages you to always bring your best, most rational, and most virtuous self to every situation, ensuring that your life is lived with purpose, integrity, and a profound sense of peace.